chicken tender eating competition where I'll be facing competitive eaters to see who's gonna reign supreme. This is my first eating competition and I've done zero training. Let's see how well I can do against these professionals.
I'm at Friarfest for the second year in a row, where there are two events. One is the Spice Challenge, where people will eat 5 chicken tenders coated in hellfire sauce, and the Quantity Challenge, which is what we'll start with. I'll let the ref explain the rules.
There are no other rules other than you can't feed anybody else, you can't let anybody eat your tray. You cannot touch anyone else's tray. Those will be disqualifications. You have 5 minutes.
Once they started announcing the contestants, that's when I realized I was up against real competition.
Cody, a 7-time food competition winner. Kyle, the Hammer, competitive food eater. Brandon Clark, the self-proclaimed human garbage disposal.
The garbage disposal. Look at this setup. Every angle is covered. I can't beat that. We have competition. Yeah.
And I don't know what it was, but this guy, Tom, he seemed like a fierce competitor.
Determined to beat Jason Bachman's record today.
And then there's me.
Podcast host and father to a baby kitten.
Things started to feel real once they started passing out the chicken tender trays, and I was nervous because it was so hot my mouth was dry, so I kept trying to sip water to keep my mouth moist.
How's everybody feeling right now? Okay, that was whack.
Okay, now it's dangerous.
This is when I began to bask in what I was really sitting in. And then the MC.
He's got a little nervous.
That comment seemed out of pocket, but okay.
3, 2, 1, let's go!
So as the competition kicked off, I felt pretty confident. I was enjoying the tenders. Chicken House tenders are just perfectly seasoned. So it made this a really enjoyable process, but I had to keep the goal in mind. I had to do this quickly. This was a timed challenge. I only have 5 minutes. So I locked in, and then this happened?
Are we done with one play? Whoa!
Earlier in this video, I told you to pay attention to a rule. Let's run it back and refresh your memory.
You cannot touch anyone else's tray. Those will be disqualifications.
Hey, everybody make some noise for the Hammer! Holy shit! Everybody make some noise for the garbage disposal. He's finishing up for 1.
This is whenever I realized that I was way underprepared. I was way underqualified to even be sitting in this chair. There's a guy making paper mache out of the chicken tenders. There's a guy called the garbage disposal. What am I even doing here? But I didn't let it faze me.
Hey, get the Hammer some napkins!
The tenders, like I said, they're amazing. They're just flavorful, seasoned. I had barbecue sauce to go along with it because everyone else had ranch, and ranch is a sin. So I just really had to lock in, even though it was really hot. My mouth was dry.
Are you making milkshakes? What the hell are you doing?
The guys down at the end were just going crazy, making arts and crafts with their food. I had to stay focused and determined. Malik, he was slight work. He only had like 3 tenders. Tom, not as big of a competitor as I thought he'd be. Braden, even though he was a thief, I still had to keep an eye on him.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1! All right.
So I sat there waiting for the judges to come over and count the tenders, and I gotta be honest, I was pretty disappointed in my performance. I did beat a few people, but there was no way I was competing with the multiple trays the others had cleared.
After judges review, we had to actually call the main office just to see what we thought about the situation. And we're gonna have to give it to... It's going to the Hammer!
This guy, the Hammer, insane. The human garbage disposal, insane. I've never seen chicken tenders liquefied before. But at least they're really cool dudes.
29 chicken tenders in 5 minutes! You want to say anything to the fans?
Thanks for coming. Sorry I made a mess. I'll be better next time. My mom taught me manners. I just ignored it.
What do you made a milkshake? What are you gonna do? Let's put it in the blender.
So feeling a little bit defeated from the quantity challenge, that's whenever I geared up and got ready to go for the spice challenge.
For the spice round competitors, make your way up to the tables.
That hellfire sauce, I tried it on live TV last week. This stuff was making Braden change colors on air.
Okay, it's good though. You're kind of turning red. I'm not going to hold you.
Bro, I can taste sounds.
This is threatening. It's hot out here, and then I can smell the heat.
first bite, we lost Braden. We lost Malik, but I sat unfazed. But what people didn't know is the heat was burning through my facade very quickly. Finally, I couldn't keep it up any longer.
Oh yeah, it's hot. Yeah? So how do you feel? It's hot outside and now I feel hot inside. Can you compete next year for the champ? No.
So, unfortunately, I opted out of being in the Spice Challenge, and there was a guy that almost opted out as well, but he showed up literally the 10 seconds before the competition started. Even though I wasn't competing, I was rooting for Austin, this random 16-year-old at DM this morning and says that he can do the
You
challenge.
have 5 minutes to eat the 5 tenders. After that, you have to wait 5 minutes for the afterburn. If you drink anything at all, automatic disqualification, your time is 1 away, that is it.
I don't understand why these people are putting themselves through this. This sauce is called the Hellfire sauce. It's not even like tasty, it's just hot.
It's good though.
Our returning champion, we have Orlando Epic Eats.
So here's the biggest threat, Orlando. He won last year.
2, 1!
My guy Austin, I didn't know how he was gonna do.
Our youngest competitor who DM'd us today wanting to join the show.
3, 2, 1.
Let's go, baby, we're heating up.
I was nervous because Orlando was just powering through the chicken tenders like it was nothing, again. Everyone else was kind of showing signs of wear and tear. I mean, Roman's sitting there sweating, but it was also hot. Austin, I really, really need you to pull through, buddy. And that's whenever everything came crumbling.
Timers, got the timers. Get the hell off the stage. Let's go. Get through. Roman, we waited for you, bro. Let's go, Richard. Let's go.
Put it down like it was nothing.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm just a champ. Just drinking my milk.
He may not have finished first, but look at this.
Hey, everybody make some noise for Austin.
That's slight work. You got this.
So as people were tapping out, I was just cheering on Austin. I knew he had to sit and burn for the 5 minutes, and Orlando...
3, 2, 1.
You just do that and not drink no milk, not do nothing, man. You alright? You cool? You straight? That's what I'm talking about, man. Y'all give it up for the winner. We gotta crown you, man. We gotta crown you. We gotta do something.
Speech.
This is when something really cool happened.
Second place, $200 gift card. Austin.
I feel great.
He's giving a year full of chicken tenders to Austin. Austin, you said you come here every week? Yes. How often are you going to come here now that you have free tender?
I might have to cut it up a little bit.
Hey.
Orlando gave the chicken tenders for a year to Austin. Very well deserved.
Award-winning YouTuber.
That's me.
That's you.
Yeah.
The disrespect.